Welcome, Mage. I'm Rhino, and I am here with Papa Mage, and we're gonna go over the questions, the Q&A.
Yeah, but first we want to do 5 great things about Magic from 2019. These are things that really are things that Rhino thought was great about Magic. And so we will go at them one at a time, not necessarily in order of which one's best or worst, but they're in an order. So, first one is
new formats, such as Brawl, Pioneer, Nosebreaker. I have been playing Brawl for a little while, and I thought it was really fun. And there was Oathbreaker. I've been playing that for
a few months. So, yes, Brawl came out in 2018, and Rhino liked it then, but then there wasn't really anybody that was playing it, and then Magic came out with more Brawl on Arena, and then they came out with the Brawl decks. So that was really cool.
Oh yes, I love those decks.
Then also, as far as Oathbreaker goes, Rhino found out about Oathbreaker a few months before, well, probably back in March time frame. So made a couple of decks, and that was when everybody just started realizing that Oathbreaker was a format. And then towards the end of this year, between the ends of 2019, they announced Pioneer. Now, what do you love about Pioneer so much?
I love Pioneer. Pioneer looks really cool. They banned the fetch lands, and you can basically create whatever you want as long as you have the cards. It's kind of like a brewer.
A brewer paradise, right now.
Yeah, brewer paradise.
Yeah, the cards that they have in the set in Pioneer have been printed heavily, so that means that they're easy to find. It's the ones from Return to Ravnica forward, and it's amazing how we've heard Pioneer spoken so much in the last several months, and then we'll mention it at a Friday Night Magic, and people are like, "What's that? I've never heard of that." Oh, well, that sounds interesting. I might want to build a deck. Even though it sounds like everybody's heard it, everybody's played it or whatever, that's not the case. I think it's going to be a good format coming out for quite some time. Mm-hmm. So we'll see how it turns out. But Rhino loves it. I like it. Yeah. So. What's the next thing?
Magic Fest.
Okay, so Magic Fest. Well, Magic Fest was announced in 2018, I believe, but it kind of came to its full whatever in 2019. And you went to 3 Magic Fests, which were
Vegas, Atlanta, and I think Richmond.
Yeah, you were only at Richmond for one day. But Magic Fest Vegas and Atlanta and Richmond. So what are some of the things that you liked about Magic Fest?
I really liked the command zone.
Okay, well that's kind of your next thing on the list.
Oh, okay.
But other things are, of course, the side events.
Side events. I had a lot of fun doing the side events, and I didn't even need to go into the main event. I did some draft, I did sealed.
Yeah, so, and meeting new players and just kind of going there and having a lot of fun. And, it's not that expensive, and you just have this wild time and a lot of people playing Magic, and it just fun all around. So your third thing, of course, is
Command Zone.
So that's the Command Zone at the Magic Fest, and particularly the one that you did at Vegas. So what did you like about that?
I really liked about it is when you go in there, no matter what, there are commander players. Pretty much. And we did like a recording.
Yeah, we worked on some recording stuff, and that's something that we'd like to do better in the future. And we've got a kind of like a Kickstarter that we're going to be doing after the first of the year, where we're going to try to raise operating capital so that we can do a better job of this stuff. And this way we can record some really cool gameplays and possibly even stream it live while we're at a Magic Fest. So that would be really cool.
Yes.
Yeah, we know how we can do it. We got
all the puzzle pieces. We just have to put them in the right order.
Yeah, we got to get them together. But the thing that you liked the most at Magic Fest Vegas was the Commander Party. Yeah.
The Commander Party I really liked. We got all 4.
No, we got
3.
We ended up getting 3 of the decks.
3 of the decks.
Yeah, because we had 3 people going to it, yeah. But we got 3 of the decks. The cosplayers were dressed up as in new. As Praetors. These were all the new costumes, and that was really fun.
Yeah.
And it was just all around a good, fun party.
Yeah.
And there was some people that was doing a Q&A on the other side of the room. We couldn't hear a single thing.
And they were clapping. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm playing Magic right here. Keep going. So the 4th thing is...
MAGIKIDS.
Okay. So MAGIKIDS has been around.
For quite a while?
I don't know, for a little while.
A little while.
But it's not necessarily something that Wizards created. It's another group, and they
get like from other like sealed and draft
events,
and they're like, I don't need these cards. Go ahead, have them.
So they go to a lot of the Magic Fest and they collect the draft chaff, as people call it, and that draft chaff gets turned into boxes of cards that get shipped to people that are teaching kids Magic. And of course, that's one thing that Rhino does, is he teaches kids Magic, teens, young adults, and we get tons of people that always come in and say things like, "Oh wow, I barely understand English, but you teach this so well, I understand it."
Yeah.
And so now that we live in an RV and we travel around, this team up with MAGIKIDS is just so cool. We'll put a link to the MAGIKIDS site in the description so you can take a look as well. Yeah. So if there's any kids after school program or something like that that you want to
create.
Make decks and play games. The best way to explain Magic to a new kid is, hey, it's like chess, but with monsters, and you're casting spells like Harry Potter, and then they get it immediately, and
be like, I got it. Yeah.
So the 5th thing
is our YouTube is finally reaching 3,000 subscribers.
So one of the things that we did is we did we wanted to do a Q&A. So we got a bunch of questions, and I'm going to pull those up right now. Now the first one that came up has got a lot of questions in it, just because he wants to know a lot of things. So we'll go with the first thing, and that is best and worst things about RVing.
Oh man,
the best thing.
Start with best thing. The best thing about it is, for one thing, we travel all over the place.
Meet new people.
Yeah.
Teach them Magic. Make new friends.
Yes.
That's really great. So the worst thing about it?
Oh man, that's really hard.
Okay. Now I can answer that from my point of view. Is traveling to these places. I love being at those places. I just don't like driving the RV down the road because I feel as though that people don't see me, even though it's a great big 35-foot RV, and they're out to get me. So,
it's like you're driving a bus.
Yes, you're driving a bus, and it isn't the easiest thing to drive. But, we've got some other things about it. We have to manage how much power we use.
And the water. And the electricity.
Yeah.
It is a pain in the butt.
So we live on 30 amps.
It's really hard.
Yeah, sometimes it is. I mean,
it's like, are you going to do this? But I can't.
In the summer, of course, air conditioning's running, and it eats up like 26 amps. So... we have to balance cooking and how we're going to do stuff. It's a different...
a little fan.
Yeah, it's a very different lifestyle. And in the winter, of course, we've got propane for heating, but we also have a heat pump. The propane goes away. Propane goes down. We have to fill that back up. But I just filled up our tank, and it was like $13, and that will last us probably a couple of months.
Which is not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. So, all right. He also asked the favorites. Okay, the favorite monocolor.
Monocolor. Okay, well, in the past, I played Delta Primal Hunger.
So green.
Green. That was my favorite. Favorite.
Okay, so your favorite two-color combo.
Two-color. Well, Boros isn't... Well, sometimes Boros, but...
Yeah, Gruul was your starter.
Yeah, it was a starter.
But you play Orzhov now.
And
Speedy plays Azorius. You don't really like Demir, but you play it anyway.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to come up with a dual color that we like.
Oh wait, I like Rakdos. Yeah, Rakdos. I like that one.
Yeah, Rakdos is really really fun combo. Favorite wedge or favorite 3-color? Yeah.
Well, for right now, my favorite 3-color is Naya, and the commander is Ala Polani Nestender. There we go.
Yeah, so favorite commander is Atla at the moment, Atla. But you play Grixis as well. He's done a Nicobolas deck.
And people hate me.
Yeah, you've done the Rhino deck and all that. Now he also has another question about goals for the next 2 years, MTG or otherwise. We'll get to that later because we've got another question coming up about that. All right, so this one is best counterspell. So what is your best counterspell?
For one thing, maybe counterspell, but there's another one. It's a disallow.
No, dismiss.
Oh, dismiss. Yeah.
Dismiss.
Dismiss.
The one that counters everything, including triggered abilities.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool, and would say that is that's probably the best counterspell. Okay, so Mountain Man Magic said, "Hey, congrats on the milestone." Okay, question for you, Rhino. When is a card worth putting in a sleeve versus just being left to fend for itself?
If I were to open a Oketra, or an Embercleave, I could, if I know immediately, I would put in a deck and then I would sleeve it. If I wouldn't, I would probably just put in a binder or something.
Yeah. So a lot of the rares automatically go into a binder. But if he knows that it's going to go in a deck, we'll go ahead and put it in a sleeve. But then there's other things that go in sleeves as well. Like we pick up the Planeswalker decks for each set, and those automatically go into a sleeve. And most people go, why? It's just a Planeswalker deck. But there's more to it than just that. We play those Planeswalker decks, and we teach people with the Planeswalker decks. And on top of that, we upgrade those Planeswalker decks. We make them a lot more competitive. And sometimes we'll sleeve them up and we'll go, well, this card isn't as important. And we'll maybe put a proxy in for the card, because we get these decks as soon as they come out. And we start upgrading them immediately. And we don't have a bunch of cards yet. So we kind of wait until we get the cards coming in to put the actual cards in there. So having them in sleeves allows us to go ahead and put in a proxy. And that proxy will be a placeholder for how we upgrade the decks. And some of those decks are pretty impressive. We've had people copy those decks, take them to Friday Night Magic, and win. So, because it's just something that nobody's expecting. Oh, it's just a Planeswalker deck. And then they go through and they wipe everybody out. Because it just does something different.
Yeah.
Question for the whole crew. Who is the most organized with their Magic collection?
There's only one Magic collection.
Yeah, we have a single Magic collection. And we have to keep it organized. We have to keep it organized to a certain degree because, one, we can only carry so much weight with us. We only have so much space. So we've got a defined amount of space for Magic. And if we go beyond that space, then we're tripping over Magic stuff. At the moment, beside me, and you're hearing the ice maker at the moment, right beside me is a box that has cards to be sorted. These are packs that we've opened. They are decks that we've de-sleeved or are going to de-sleeve, and we need to get the cards back to where they need to go. So we have a bunch of cards that are alphabetized. We have the current cards that are in standard. We keep like a 4 of each. If there's something that is like a good staple card, we'll have more of those. Of course, land, we have a pile of land. We like using the full art land from Zendikar. So we got a bunch of those. So we have a single Magic collection. And we have a box that has all the commander decks in it. We have a backpack that has like the other decks in it. We have a quiver that doesn't have anything in it at the moment, but it gets decks put into it when we're going to like a small group or something like that. This is congrats. This is from Charles, and this is about Rhino getting Eagle. Congrats. I think that was the number I finished with when I aged out. So Rhino's earned a bunch of merit badges. Right now he's at
57 or 59?
Yeah, I think it's 59. And he has a goal of earning all of the merit badges. That's 136 merit badges. So he has 2 questions. What merit badge did you most enjoy earning, and why?
Okay, this is basically at the board.
Yeah, he went to the board of review.
Yeah.
They asked this question, and their jaws dropped when he said this.
My favorite merit badge is personal management.
So the board was like, huh? Personal management? That's most kids' least favorite. Why was it your most favorite?
It's because you manage your time, you manage your money, and I also said, I really don't use that much money.
Yeah. So Rhino liked it because it's a lot of people look at personal management as just managing money, and he saw it as managing your time and what you do, and your whole organization, and And that was just something that he found very important to him. To Paul here, who asked basically the same thing: favorite merit badge, hardest merit badge.
Okay, well,
hardest merit badge.
Hardest merit badge. It's basically personal management, but it might be one of the citizenships.
Yeah, the citizenships were difficult because they were kind of time consuming, and in some cases they're a little boring.
Yeah, but you have to do them to get Eagle.
Yeah, but you learn a lot. So, it's just one of those things that he wasn't. I think when you get older, the citizenships mean more to you. So it's something that he needs to come back to. But since he was just, citizenship in the community is kind of strange because we are now in an RV and the community is very different than what most people's community is. Hang on a second. This is...
Yeah, I'm...
All right. Take some water. All right. This is another thing that we have problems with. We still have problems with seizures with Rhino. And they're not as bad as they used to be, which is a good thing. But sometimes when he has these things, I've got this magnet that I use. He's got a VNS implant right now. So you see a little bit of a scar there and a scar up here. And it's a thing that wraps around his vagus nerve. And so it's constantly sending pulses to him. And hopefully keeping him from having too many seizures. And right now, I think we're going to have to take a quick break. We'll come right back.
And we're back.
Okay, so Rhino's back. Can't guarantee that he's not going to have another seizure. It's just something that we have to deal with.
Yeah.
But let's see here. The next question is, I would love to know, what is Rhino's favorite thing he's done in Scouts so far? This person is an Eagle Scout themselves, and they love hearing stories from fellow Scouts. Love the channel, and congratulations, keep it up. So, favorite thing you've done in Scouts so far? Well, you've done basically camping trips. You've done Scout camp. You've done some backpacking.
I did a lock-in.
Yeah, you did a lock-in. Let's see. One thing that is probably going to become one of his favorite things is maybe his Eagle ceremony. We're going to be doing that in the spring. And we're going to kind of do a very different Eagle ceremony. It's not going to be
at the church.
At the church where the Scouts meet or anything like that. We're going to do it at a small airport and have a camping trip associated with it. And so it's going to be a fun camp out, plus a chance to work on aviation merit badge.
Yeah.
But another thing, you're also helping to start. Ooh, hey. One of the kittens.
You're also starting to go.
One of the kittens. You're starting a new troop.
Yeah, I'm starting a new troop, and there's a group called Full-Time Families, and are you supposed to be rotten?
Yeah.
So it's all over. It doesn't matter how far they are.
Yeah, Full-Time Families is a group of people that live in RVs. And it's families that travel all around, and we meet up with each other. And Rhino has met up with a bunch, and he teaches a bunch of them magic. But there's been a call for starting up a troop that is a mobile troop. And so we are going to be helping out with that. So whenever we're in a certain area, if there's other kids that are in the troop, both male and female, because I'm going to be a leader for both the male troop and the female troop. We'll have female leaders as well. because we have a bunch. But Rhino can be a senior patrol leader. He can help teach the kids, tote and chip, and how to build fires, and all that stuff. So that's one of the things that I think he loves doing, and we've done some of that because he's recruited several people to be in that troop already.
Yeah.
All right, from Eric House. So, some of the other content creators believe paper magic will be gone in the next couple of years. Do y'all have the same sentiment as they do?
No.
No. Paper magic is not going anywhere. Yeah, digital magic is a cool way for wizards to make lots of money with very little work, relatively speaking. But they're still getting the same artwork. They're still making the same cards. And so they print these things. And this is printing money.
Yeah.
People buy these things. And, there's just, digital is a good... what's the best term for it? It's like a good start for things. It's a good way to get people into playing Magic. But once they get in, they'll want to go to a local game store, to a Magic Fest or something like that. I mean, Magic Fest isn't going to go away because, hey, it's a great way of getting people together to do tournaments and things like that. Yeah, I understand that the Mythic Championship is all going to be on Arena. That's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I was a little saddened that they took out Limited, because Limited, that's always been super fun. Whenever you limit yourself, that's when you get to be the most creative, the most you show off your true self, and I think that's going to be very important in the future of Magic. So, yeah, paper isn't going anywhere.
No.
Okay, where do you plan on traveling to in 2020?
Well, we have lots of plans going.
And we ended up, our patrons kind of know approximately where we're going. They know basically what states or what Magic Fest we're planning on going to. But right now, we are someplace where we didn't intend to be because we needed to get some work done on the RV.
Yeah.
And so we are waiting for our part to come in, and that's not going to be in for another 10 days. So we're not down where we were supposed to be, meeting up with the people that we were supposed to be meeting up with. So, we have to change plans. And it would freak people out that, oh, my plans got changed. Okay, so they got changed. Yeah, we just have to deal with it and go on from there, and live a very nomadic life. Yeah, some people say, "Oh, you're homeless," and it's like, no, we have a home. We're turtles.
Yeah.
So
on wheels.
But for the most part, we'll be up and down the East Coast in 2020. We are planning on going out to Albuquerque, New Mexico for the Balloon Festival next year. But mostly up and down the East Coast because of things like the neurology appointments for Rhino and Speedy. Speedy has braces. Rhino will likely get braces, but we'll probably get a different orthodontist, one that...
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I think that was the cat.
Yes, the cat sat on the cable. Yeah.
Problems.
Yeah. Okay. The cat sat on the cable. We're still trying to figure out where the best place is to put some of these lights that we need in here. But Yeah, mainly up and down the east coast of the United States. We have a few Magic Fests that we plan to go to, but we'll see. I think the next one that we're going to try to make it to is Louisville, Kentucky. So that's it. I think that will be our first one. I think we plan to go to Richmond. We might go to Columbus, Ohio, D.C., Atlanta. I don't know. We got it all on a map. Yeah, okay, so the next question is how is your channel changing because of Coppa? Oops, let's cancel that. So, Coppa, if you don't know, is the Child Online Protection Privacy Act.
Well, it's like tug of war. They won, and I won. Technically, it's like a. I really don't like it.
Well, there's still a lot of confusion as to what this all means. As far as the channel goes, going on in the future, we're fine. You know, our content is for 13 and up, period. Yeah, we'll have people on that are younger than 13, um, but one of the things that we've done in the past, except for with the two next gen MTGs, uh, I mean, like Dana.
Dana Fisher.
People know Dana Fisher. She's under the age of 13. Technically, we have to mark those as being, for kids.
For kids.
And we had Max from Australia last year on, and he had a blast. But we never said their last names. There's other people that we've had on, and we never say their names. We never say where they are, how to get, how to pinpoint them or anything like that.
No.
So we're very careful about that. And on top of that, you have a hard time finding out where we are. You have no clue where we are right now. Yes, we have a mailing address. That is my in-laws' house. And we stop by there every now and then. Every now and then they mail us all of our mail. Or we'll look at the mail together through a live stream or something like that and go, oh, okay, yeah, we need that piece of paper or something like that.
Yeah.
So the channel is growing up a little bit, but we plan to continue streaming. And one of the big changes is we kind of focused on Twitch only for Arena. And in 2020, we're going to do, when we do Paper Magic, we're going to stream that to YouTube and to Twitch. How do you continue to make MTG content? Most kids have a hard time just getting through schoolwork.
Well, we've been talking about schoolwork, traveling, etc., etc. Scouts.
Yeah.
But I think Scouts is my schoolwork.
Well, okay. You kind of look at it this way. The way we do school for Rhino and Speedy is a little bit different. Because we're in an RV, we have to homeschool them.
Mm-hmm.
And so there are the basics: reading, writing, math. Okay? So they have to read every day. They have to write something every day. They have to do math every day. But we kind of follow a curriculum to a certain degree, but we're not super strict on it, because what we do is, okay, if Rhino has to do something for Scouts for a merit badge, that can be his reading and his writing for the day. So he's learning about other things. He's writing about other things. He's working on that. For the channel, when he does work on the channel, he has to help write scripts. He has to read up on a bunch of things. He has to look at the analytics of the channel, figure out where we're going. He has to manage the money that's coming in, figure out where we're going to spend the money, what things we need to buy. And one of the things that we're doing is we are working at ways of making money. So that's very important. And this is something that you don't necessarily learn how to do in a regular school. So Rhino and Speedy made some merchandise. He's got one of the shirts on with the rhino, and it says,
"Real unicorns have trample," and on the back is "for trample."
Yeah, and I have the Dare to Be Rare shirt with on the back saying Mythic. Speedy ended up making some leggings because she's a legging girl, and I'll put up a quick video of that right here, and that is her with the Ignite Your Spark.
Make your mark.
Make your mark. She loves those. She's probably going to make some more. And if you are a red player, those are definitely leggings for you.
Yes.
She loves them. She says they work great. They fit great. And we've got another one that Speedy has that I don't know where it is at the moment, but it's one of the ones that she's going to wear to Magic Fests when she goes.
And I'm going to be wearing this.
And it says, "I'm here to avoid my friends online." And on the back, it's got the Wi-Fi signal with a circle and a slash through it. So it's really cool. So all of the money from that goes to help support the channel. We're going to kind of do a Kickstarter after the first of the year, but we're going to be doing it through Rhino's website. We've got some work to do on that. Rhino's learning how to manage that, how to program, how to do a bunch of that stuff. So we've got an operating budget at Magic Fest Vegas. We did that, and we wanted to do that, streaming rig that we could take with us, and so we need a laptop for that. We need a couple other bits and pieces of things, a slightly better microphone, because one of the ones we've got just it's crapping out on us. But we got a new one that wasn't overly expensive, that he got from patron money, and we got the little fuzzy top to it.
It's called Dead Cat.
Called a Dead Cat. So we've got a lot of things in works, and we want to come out with really great content for everyone. We've got to redo a lot of the keyword videos and things like that. So that's really where we're headed. I mean, we've got a lot of this stuff to do. We've got some major plans involved. But we're still getting the feel for RVing and what we need to do with with traveling, and are our tires going to blow out? And do our tanks actually hold enough that we need? We need to get some solar panels on this thing, especially before we go to Albuquerque, because I think where we're going, we won't have any power hookup. But we do have a built-in generator on the RV, so we can at least charge up the batteries. And we just got a lot of things that we're doing. It's like everything's happening all at once, but really it isn't. We have a good focus. We've got good plans, and so the plan is for next year. We will have 2 to 4 what we call constructed videos come out each month, at a minimum. We'd like to have it at 4. It depends on a number of things. 2 to 4 constructed videos. That will be keyword videos or something like, hey, coming up on January 2nd, we've got a preview card. We've already started working on that video.
today.
We're going to be finishing it up, and that's going to be coming out on time on January 2nd. But we've been working hard on several other videos, and just we're trying to up the amount of quality and how much work we're doing on these videos so that they are going to be something that people are going to watch not only in the near future but in the far future too. We don't want them to go stale. We want them to become a resource for people. And everybody's liked seeing Rhino for the past 4.5 years. He started the YouTube channel when he was 9.
9, and I am 13, soon to be 14.
Yeah, so 4.5 years of doing this content, and seeing him grow up in Magic is just something that's completely new and different. And I don't know of anybody else that has, but maybe there has been.
Maybe.
We haven't seen it. We've looked. Are we ever going to be bigger than Clarion Community College or Command Zone? Probably not.
Probably.
But we're not going that direction. We're not trying to go that direction. We want to go in a direction where we are more of Magic the traveling, Magic the teaching, Magic the reaching, Magic the gathering. We want to be part of the gathering portion of it. We want to be face to face with new players, old players.
I've even taught a older person.
Yes, he's taught people older than me, so that's cool. And there's people that just get real antsy when they go to a local game store, and then they see him, and he's just loves teaching, and heck, he's even teaching people while playing them at side events at a Magic Fest, teaching them how to beat him. It's just
like, this is how you can beat.
No. You want to tap that, and you want to do this, and if you got a card like this, then you can do that, and then that's how you win.
Oh,
okay. And then they do it. It's like, good job. It's like, yay. Okay, he's kind of strange, but a good kind of strange.
A good kind of strange. Yeah.
So I think that's it for our 3K Q&A and the best of Magic in 2019.
I don't.
So sign off.
I have more videos coming out soon, and until then, me and Papa Mage are shuffled back into the library.